Metal Universe. I'm PG Steven, that's Dennis Parker, and we have done something amazing! We got this... Again. Okay, backtrack. In case you don't know, our very first episode of Metal4Metal was when we got to meet Testament.
Testament meet and greet.
And it was amazing. It was amazing.
I acted like a little 14-year-old girl at a Britney Spears concert.
Oh, it was great.
That's
how you were.
That's exactly how I described it.
But we're not going to dwell on the past. We're going to talk about, well, I guess it is the past because we technically just did it. But either way, we're not going to. We're going to focus on the distant past, which is we got to meet Iced Earth, and it was awesome. God, it was everything I thought it would be.
Right.
John Schaefer was very intimidating.
He was.
Yeah, he was. But
he's
he was a nice
definitely
guy.
a guy you kind of had to watch what you said around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I thought in my head before I spoke.
I was nervous to give him the shirt. I gave him a Metal4Metal shirt.
He was cool about it though. He was like,
really
"Oh, thanks," and he like went over and he handed it to one of his stagehands or whatever.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, there you go."
And they threw it right in the trash. But I mean, that was nice of them.
They didn't throw it in the trash.
No, they didn't do that.
Before we continue though, I do have to present something. We forgot something here.
You're right.
And that is our little VIP passes, because
you're right.
In our heads, we are still VIP.
Right.
Well, let's do it from the very beginning, guys.
Right.
As you guys know, that we did an interview with Mr. Joseph Michael, who was fronting the band Sanctuary.
Super cool dude.
Super cool dude.
Very down to earth.
Again, if you're watching this, Joseph, I really appreciate you giving us the time of day and even, accepting that interview. We really appreciate it. People seem to like it. So thank you very much.
You would never really even know he was like a rock star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think he's a fucking rock star. Like, after seeing him on stage, it's like, yeah, you're a fucking rock star.
He's fucking killing it, man.
Just
World Day will be very proud. I'm sure
Right.
he's heard that 1,000 times doing this fucking tour. But I'm telling you, man, from true Nevermore, well, Sanctuary fans and Nevermore fans, but from Sanctuary specifically, great job.
Right.
Really great job.
So that's what basically, we started out, we got there, we interviewed him, or you did the interview.
I interviewed him at a Starbucks at around 4 o'clock. And I mean, from there we drove straight to the show.
Right. You met up with Kevin.
Met up with Kevin Ellis.
Right.
If you're watching, man, we always love seeing you at those shows, man.
It's just kind of cool how we always just know, like, if there's a metal show we go to, Kevin's going to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of cool about that. So we're waiting in line for a little while.
Yeah.
They come out, we go in, and the band is sitting there, like, at the table, they have the posters. And, like, oh, Rosie wants up.
Yeah, she wants
up. Alright, so basically we go through the line, right? So you went before me.
I did.
Right, so
the first time you went
first time I went,
I said, okay, I'm going first.
Right, and I didn't want to go first the first time, but you just kind of like, well, I know you go first, and I was like, alright. So.
Well, it meant more to you.
Right. But this, like, I felt that this one was a little bit more organized. I felt that this meet and greet was a little bit more organized than the Testament one.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, because like basically you would go up, right, and then you get your shit signed, and then John would just kind of
it wasn't the security guard saying John was like, all right, you're next. Yeah, you're next.
Before, like at the Testament one, like everyone just kind of went up. You know what I mean? There was no like just all right, you stay here or whatever. So so what did you say to John?
Okay, I said to John, when I got to John, I just said, hey man, I really appreciate everything you do musically. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but I just said, I appreciate what you do with Iced Earth, man. I'm fucking a big fan of Demons and Wizards as well, man. Like, just thank you so much for coming here to fucking Charlotte.
Right.
I appreciate it very much.
And he was just cool
I
about
shook his hand. Well, first I introduced myself, because that's an important part.
Right.
I said, hey man, my name's PJ, how are you? Shook his hand. I said, listen man, really appreciate. That's when I said all that. But I always introduce myself first.
All right.
Because at the end of the day, they're just dudes. When I got to Stu Block, I was like, dude, I fucking loved you in Into Eternity, but I stuttered a little bit like an idiot. For some reason, Into Eternity would not come out, and I was like, I loved you in Into Eternity.
But he probably has had that happen to him.
But he was like, well, I hope you like me in Iced Earth too, and I was like, yeah, of course.
It's like, no, just
the Into Eternity.
Yeah, I'm just here for that. Yeah.
When I got to Brent Smedley, he was really excited to see my Overture of the Wicked CD, which of course they signed. Well, I had John and Brent Smedley sign it, but Brent was like, dude, this was a lot of fun being on here and all that, so we got to talk about that. And I got to Jake Dreyer and Luke Appleton, and Luke Appleton is from a UK band called Fury, which I'm a big fan of. So he was like, I'm amazed you even know what that is. So I was really happy to see that. And Jake Dreyer is the guitarist of Witherfall, the same band that Joseph Michael is in.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, man, I'm the guy that just interviewed your boy Joseph. And they were just like, oh, we're so sorry, you know? But yeah.
Right. Okay, so mine was much less involved. Like, I literally went up there, my heart was racing.
Your heart was racing.
Right, and I just like shook John Taylor. I was like, it's an honor to meet you. He's like, yeah, cool. And I gave him, you know, my like Dark Genesis box set that I brought. I just brought one item for him to sign because I couldn't really decide on what album to bring. So Dark Genesis has their demo, Ice Earth albums 1 through 3, and then the
Tribute to the
Gods on there, right? So he's like, okay, that's cool. And he got like, he did have the silver highlighter, and he's like, well, the black one will look better. Hey, give me the black one, blah, blah. And then I just went through and shook everybody's hand. I'm like, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I went to the back of the line.
See, I will say this. I had John Schaefer's shirt that I was going to give him on my shoulder, right?
And you forgot to give it to him.
Well, I got back in
watching,
line.
I was just like, is he going to give it to him now, or is he going to give it to him
Well,
later?
I got back in line, and Kevin was like, you didn't give him the shirt? I was like,
Right.
no, but we're going back around to do photos
So
anyway.
basically what it is then, so after you go through the line to get your shit signed, then you go to the back of the line again, and then you go through to get your picture, like your photo off with him. So we got our pictures taken. Did you say anything to him when you were getting the picture taken?
I handed him the shirt and I said, "Hey man, you know I run a I run a YouTube channel and you know podcast like thing with my co-host over there, Dennis. You know, just got this for you, man. You know I appreciate it." And I gave him a card and you know whatever. That's all I really said to him. Getting the pictures. I will say that. As far as what I got signed, I got my Something Wicked record signed, which I was really happy for. My Overture of the Wicked, and then I brought 2 items, and Lauren brought 2, because I bought her meet and greet tickets too, obviously. So she brought 2 items too, that were mine, but I just didn't want them to be like, here, sign on my shit. So they signed my Incorruptible record, of course, because that's what tour they were on. But I also had them sign my blank track listed Plagues of Babylon record. Which I don't know if you see that because again it's white and you know all that noise. But anyway,
there it goes, a little bit right there.
You see it?
There it is.
There we go.
There.
But it's a blank record. The track listings are blank. Actually, thank you, Billy Metz, for selling me this early. I don't know if I can actually talk about that now, but I am.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's what they signed him on.
Right. So then, like I just went up there, I got my picture taken with him, and I was just like, hey John, just let you know, like after I heard the Glorious Burden, I kind of like really got turned on with history, you know, like I just thank you for that. And which is true, I wasn't just blowing smoke up his ass, and he was just like, yeah, like, well, we're gonna be dicking around after this, so you can talk to me about it later, any questions or anything you have. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
So then basically after we all got our pictures taken, then we could just mingle.
They just hung around.
Yeah,
and like, it was funny because I didn't just want to go up there, and they were just like, hey, guys, don't be shy. And it's like, okay, fine.
Right.
Hey, Stu, you know, I just started talking, and it was a cool experience just to talk to them. You know,
yeah,
like,
they were just literally just standing there, just waiting for us to walk.
There's
up
a
to
really
them.
cool picture that you'll see at the end of this video, and it's John in the middle of Dennis and I, and Lauren took a really cool picture of just him in between us, and we're just talking and just trying to pick his brain a little bit, you know.
I went up to him and I first started asking him like, so what's, because he announced before in like Blabbermouth or something that he's going to be working on Demons and Wizards this year. So I'm like, so, right. So I'm like, so Demons and Wizards, right? I'm like, how far along is that going on? He's like, he said that they had 3 songs kind of down and they're kind of doing it over the internet, you know.
Yeah.
So there's no lyrics or anything.
Because you asked if you were like, is it like snail mail?
Right,
and
I was
he
like,
laughed at that.
Right, I was like, so you guys doing through snail mail? Because actually, I think
he chuckled a little bit.
Right, because actually before, whenever they were doing the first Demons and Wizards, I was recollecting, I'm pretty sure they actually were doing it through snail mail then.
They probably were.
That's actually why that like came to my head. But yeah, actually in this day and age in 2018, that was kind of a stupid question to ask. But it
I
makes
stuttered
sense.
to Stu Block.
Yeah. So, but he said that there was 3 songs that they kind of have written, vocal melodies are done, no lyrics yet. Should be done, you know, hopefully by the end of the year. He said that is kind of his main thing for the end of the year. I do wish I would have asked him about his neck, because he had surgery on his neck several years ago, and he mentioned in an old interview that he had the surgery recorded, and he was going to add it maybe to like a bonus feature, like on a DVD or something, and it never happened. I always kind of want to ask him about that, but I did just kind of want to ask him like, how is his neck doing okay? Because he said the first surgery was like fucked up. It didn't go right, and then he had to have another surgery, and I guess he's better now. So, well, I kind of wish I would have asked him.
You know, it's funny because I wish I would have asked Joseph, and I don't know, Joseph, if you're watching this, which you know, the thing I wanted to ask you, I don't know if you can actually tell me, but if you can, PM message me and give me a little hint. You mentioned in our interview that they had asked some other well-known, you said, musicians and vocalists to do what you were doing on the tour. Maybe give us a little hint on who those musicians were, who those vocalists were.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask, but you know what? I forgot. I was so stoked that I was even talking to you.
Maybe he didn't want him to know. Maybe he didn't want.
I mean, if you don't want us to know, it's perfectly fine. I was just curious. That's all.
So basically, that was it. And then the show.
All right, let's get to the show
let's
because
get to the actual show.
Okay,
because that was the meet and greet part. So basically, like.
And with the meet and greet, we also got the poster that we got signed.
Right. So basically, if you go to the meet and greet, you're going to get a poster when you go in there. Then you're going to get a beer stein right here.
Well, they send that to you.
Right, they send it to you. And then we're also getting a coin, which, what are they calling that now? Like a...
At the bloom.
At the bloom, okay.
Black flag.
Right, so that's what you get.
Stories for told.
So basically you get to mingle, you get a photo op, you get to mingle with the band, you get your shit signed.
All for $75.
Not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Not a bad deal. Testament was more expensive.
Anthrax was $99.
Right.
Alright.
Okay, so moving on to the show.
They opened up with Kill Ritual. Kill Ritual is a killer band that I've heard before, but I didn't actually know that it was Kill Ritual. And it was a weird thing. There's a weird dynamic.
I've never heard of them.
They've got different members that perform different nights anyway. But really, really good band. So I gotta talk about this band because something really cool happened. One, dude band, I believe his name is David, the frontman.
Right.
Came down in the crowd and ran around in the crowd.
Right, he's like behind you, and then we're just
he
like...
was behind us in the crowd, and I got to headbang with him because like...
He was like literally like you can just touch his shoulder.
Yeah.
Like he was that close.
So then, at the very end of the set, they played Lights Out by UFO. And I got to sing Lights Out in London.
You did.
He handed me the mic, and I was like, Lights Out in London.
That's cool.
It was really, really fun. So, when they were at their booth, we were waiting for Sanctuary to come on, and I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him. And I ran out there.
Is that where you went? Because you disappeared for a minute.
I ran out there and I was talking to him, and they were so cool. And he was just like, man, this guy was singing every lyric, And they were such a great, great band. I would love to get them booked down here in Charleston, man. Like I really would. The drummer was phenomenal. Dude, it was so good. They opened with this song called Eyes of Medusa. It's off a record. That's the title track, Eyes of Medusa, and it's so good. There was a single called Rise, and then Just a Cut. Really good songs, guys. Really good shit. Kill Ritual. Check it out.
Never heard them before, but they were cool.
Old school heavy metal sounding, really
stuff.
good.
So then move on, and then with Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. So I gotta say, Joseph Michael, thank you so much.
He wore the shirt.
He wore the Metal4Metal shirt that I gave to him.
It was something like because he said he'd been wearing the same shirt for a couple days,
and he couldn't find a laundromat.
Right, and there was no laundromat.
And he was like, "Oh, I'll wear this."
Yeah, he's like, "I'll wear your shirt."
When he said that, it went past me because I was like, "There's no way that's what he said." I was like, "Hey," I was like, "So that was your gear right there?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I guess I'll just wear this." And I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And he wore it.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to do that, Joseph, and I appreciate that, man. That really means a lot.
I think he might have just been happy he had a clean shirt to wear. That.
And I'm fine.
It may have been that simple.
And if anything that I can just give you a clean shirt, I would forever give you a clean shirt.
So maybe this is a little controversial, but I thought Sanctuary really killed it, dude. I thought maybe they kind of outdid Ice Earth a little bit. What do you think?
I can agree to that.
I think they I'm nothing against Ice Earth, but they really
because of the fun that I had with Joseph Michael. I mean,
maybe.
I mean, dude, he was singing to every single person in that audience, man. But I thought we had some sort of connection, him and I, man. I was right up front. I mean, for real, I was right up front. And when he did, he looked at me and he was like, "That's a cool shirt you got there." Just little moments like that.
Oh, he was like, "Hey, nice shirt, Metal4Metal." He actually gave us a little shout out. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. My favorite song by Sanctuary is Frozen, and when he did Frozen, he gave me a little wink, And Battle Angels was great. Die for My Sins was fantastic. They played Rise and Purify.
Right.
How do I know all that? Well, I happen to get the set list.
Right.
Again! Yes!
Another one.
Yes. All right, so I've got the
nice.
set list for Testament, Anthrax, Havoc, and now I have Sanctuary.
Very nice.
So
that was actually the first set list I got to. I actually got the same one that you did.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
cool.
Soldiers of Steel, Mirror Black, and Future Tense, and then...
and also, I really like about this set list how they actually have it labeled where it's Charlotte, North Carolina, the date
318, yeah.
Right, and they actually have the name. A lot of times the set list, it just has the songs printed out like really quickly, but they actually have that shit labeled out.
So
that's
yeah,
really cool.
I talked to him for a second because I knew he was tired and just wanted to be left alone, and I was just like, hey man, I just really appreciate that.
We really did keep it under like 15 minutes. We were like, it took us 5 minutes to set up, 10 minutes to do the interview, and then we're like, thank you very much, so we're out.
Well, with that, yes.
Well, the interview,
but I was talking about like after the show, after his show.
I got you.
I took a selfie with him real quick. I was like, thank you very, very, very much, man. I'll leave you alone. You know, thank you very much. And just, you know, I mean, for real, cheers to you, Joseph. For real, thank you very much. Cheers to you. All right, so let's get to.
All right, so now the meat, the real meat of the
Iced Earth. I really enjoyed their set. I really enjoy. I mean, you know what you're gonna get with Iced Earth. We've said that before. We're loyal to the fans. Iced Earth or we're loyal to them. They're loyal to their fans.
Right, absolutely.
It would have been a perfect concert if they would have played the Something Wicked trilogy.
That would have been really cool for me. The highlight for me was definitely when they played the 3 Storm Rider songs towards the end of it. When they played Storm Rider and then they did Angel Holocaust and then Travel and Stitch.
See,
which is a
I
little
still want to know why they played that and they didn't play Angels into Storm Rider into Travel.
But this is something they've been doing, so it's not like they just singled us out.
Yeah.
You know, this has just been the set list for a while.
I could have done without Brothers just because that song on the record just isn't.
Yeah, I could have been without. I could have done without that. We talked about this.
Everything else was great. Vengeance is Mine.
They ended with Watching Over Me,
right?
Which was, I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. But I think it would have been cool because they did play like I Die For You. And I would have rather than played Watching Over Me in place of I Die For You, like in the middle of the set list, and then end the show with Iced Earth.
Or The Hunter.
Cool. Yeah, The Hunter would have been a cool ending too.
Also, getting back to that, I asked Jake Dreyer to throw me the set list for Iced Earth, and he did.
Right.
So thank you, Jake Dreyer.
Got another set list
Thank you very much. And yeah, I mean, they played Dracula, Raven Wing, which I love that off that record. But they played Burning Times, which was great. I didn't expect them to play that, and Dystopia off the record right before Place of Babylon.
I figure they would play Burning Times is kind of a staple.
I didn't think, for some reason, I didn't think they played that.
Burning Times is a great song.
And they played Clear the Way, which was the pre-chorus ending, and Clear the Way, man, that's a cool song. What a great way to end the record, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I had fun, and the one thing that I didn't get from this concert was a drumstick, but I gave it to the dude right beside me.
Right.
Brent Smedley
did kind of seem like he was going for the dude next
He was going for the dude, and he handed it to me, and it was kind of like he was waiting to see what I was going to do, and of course I handed it to the dude.
Yeah, it seemed like it was intended for the little British dude.
It was, dude.
He was a little British dude. And he was really cool.
He was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He was like 4 foot tall. I'm sorry if that's not really how tall you are, but if you're watching this.
No, he was a little under height, and he looked younger than he was actually 28 or something.
He was 27, and he had a beer in his hand, and I was like, "That kid's like drinking." Yeah, everyone, that's fucking awesome.
Even the security guard was just like, "Hey, this guy is drinking underage." I'm like, "No, he's just."
And I felt bad when I turned around and saw him because he was so short, and I'm glad the security guard actually talked to him because I was just like, "Yeah, why don't you come up in here, buddy?"
Yeah,
and he got in between Dennis and I,
so
he could see. He was really appreciative of that.
But yeah, I want to be that dude's friend actually.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. Yeah. I wish I would have got his name, but I was so caught up in what I was doing. How do you rate this concert?
Out of like 10, are we doing the pentagrams?
No. Out of concerts you've seen, top 3, top 5?
It's top 5, definitely. It's not the best one I've ever seen, but it's up there with.
What's in front?
Well, I mean, the best concert I have ever seen was
Megadeth, the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, that's the best one I've ever seen. I mean, this one is just up there with it. You know, I mean, I've seen dozens of concerts, and this is up there with the best one. I mean, of course, since we had the meet and greet. And like you got to do that cool interview with Joseph Michael. This is definitely brings it to the very tippity top.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, we had a blast. I highly recommend it to get the meet and greet because it's a cheap price for something amazing. And the fact that they hang out, fuck yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, that was us seeing Iced Earth. It was fantastic. Stick around after the end of the video to see some cool videos and pictures and all that other people have taken and all that. And guys, if you guys are watching this and you were there at the Fillmore, thank you guys so much for being a kick-ass audience. Sorry if I annoyed you so much for going in and out and doing the shit that I do. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm going to say here's to Iced Earth, here's to Kill Ritual, here's to Joseph Michael, and here's to Sanctuary. Thank you guys so much. Rest in peace, World Dane. We love you, man.